we don't see that you gotta get off that internet, man.
No, this is the crazy shit that's on there. David Beckham was forced to perform a humiliating sex act while looking at a photo.
See, we don't deal with that shit. Now we getting into
what the hell, man.
Get off that shit, man. Stop looking at dumb shit.
Go to the shade room or something, man.
Yeah, stop looking at dumb shit.
Face or something. You looking at grown shit.
David Beckham's in Hollywood, man. We done turned into the E channel or some crazy shit.
No,
nigga.
This is what I'm telling you though. This is how crazy the internet is now though. Just this whole world of just being online, dog. It's crazy.
Shit.
Let's stick with the niggerism.
Don't drink
shit.
the Kool-Aid.
That is niggerism right now.
No, that David Beckham's and performing fucking sex acts and all that shit.
Did you see they clone Tyrone?
You going over to that other? You going over to the Twilight Zone now? We don't go over there. You know what I'm saying?
I did watch They Clone Tyrone.
Come on back. Come on back over here. Come on back over here. You had a couple of shrooms today or something?
Oh no,
shrooms or something.
Gotta reel my nigga in right quick. Get the sea bass.
Let's get back on Tyrone or some shit. You feel me?
Man.
No,
chicken scene.
What did you think about it?
I loved it. I done watched it twice so far. I like it. I understood it.
I'm on my second time watching it now.
You got to watch it a couple of times though. It ain't
Why you got to watch it? I haven't watched it at all. You have to watch it because you have to pick up on certain shit that you're missing.
It's a pretty deep. It's a deep movie, dog.
Yeah,
it's a really deep movie. I suggest you watch it.
Why do you suggest people watch it?
Because the conversation we have today is kind of all in the line of the same shit, dog. It's just that the society we living in right now, dog, we create a lot of our own bullshit, dog. We create a lot of our own bullshit. We pretty much victims of our own folly, kind of. You know what I mean? We victims of our own foolishness. I would say in the black community, man, we create these caricatures, man, of ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Of the dope deal of the gangster.
I haven't seen it, but from what I was described about it is the cloning and all of that because of the like you said, the dope dealer and all that and the wheels turning of what goes on and basically how the parties outside of that race or people are profiting off of the ill shit that is done.
Yeah, it's like the characters that have been provided to our race.
Like we're
you know what I'm saying?
We're stereotyped, like you said. What happens when niggas eat chicken? We're stereotyped, like when they play this music, we're putting a trance that we're, and the drug dealer is the dude who sprinkles the money around. They keep all of, so now you got the Chinese cleaners making money and you got the liquor store making money because the dope dealer his money is staying in the neighborhood.
Ain't going nowhere.
There was even a shot at the lottery system, how dude kept scratching the tickets, then eventually he just scratched all of them. And none of them a winner, so he was going to never win that game anyway.
And,
you know what I'm saying? And it was just a trip. And I saw the play too about people kind of like, no longer paying attention to the OGs because the dude that was sitting in the milk crate had to answer the whole time.
Everything, but
the whole time.
Only that one dude has sense enough to ask him shit though.
So do you think it is the system that has set the shit up? You know how people say the system, or would you say it's us as a black people?
Let me go on this one first. I think it's both. It's just like the same recipe when they say when the boat went over there and got the slaves, it was some tribes selling they niggas to the boat. Everybody didn't get snatched.
It was the Uncle Toms. They would be like, hey, we know this weak tribe over here, so we gonna go grab them for y'all, and then I got them guns. I got that.
So with this thing with the movie, how I interject that is when you get up to the part with the doctor, which used to be like a civil rights, tried to have the black people back type nigga, but then he went through his own trauma with his brother, so he submitted the black race to the motherfucking system, and put himself out there as the original clone, the original motherfucker. And so when the prototype of this certain kind of nigga that we all like to categorize ourselves, I'm a real nigga. It's a Tyrone syndrome type of thing. Nobody in the movie's named fucking Tyrone. The end of the movie,
It was
Erykah
deep.
Badu song says they clone Tyrone. Like, so remember in the song Tyrone, that was a type of nigga.
So what do you think the average dude in the hood, as opposed to the average black person who knows the stereotypical or the messages, and how do you think the regular nigga's gonna feel about the movie?
I don't know if they will even understand it, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's what you get. That's what you get from a lot of, like I just said, like a lot of, regular niggas that might be in a situation. They're like, man, that shit was stupid.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
Yeah, it's not gonna make
sometimes the truth hurts.
And then you see, and then you might see somebody who's educated who gets what's going on go, oh, you gotta watch this motherfucking movie. You
That's
feel me?
what made me watch it was the shit I was seeing on Facebook about so many people dissing it because they didn't understand it.
Right.
That intrigued me about it. Then I'm like, well, fuck it. Let me hurry up and get on this shit before I miss the boat. So I watched
some stuff, man, like.
Then I had to go through it again.
Because my peoples watched it.
Yeah.
And the first thing they said was,
And it was 2 hours.
they like, I got it, but I didn't get it. But then they said, you should watch it because you dissect shit
You
like
don't
that.
fuck with it. Smoking, watch that shit.
Because just by describing, I didn't watch it. And I knew all, the chicken scene and the playing of the music and how the drug dealer's
The
money
laugh scene,
and finance and the whatever, and how, we got to keep him, we got to bring him back because we don't want him to be dead. He has to keep.
The most familiar bridge that a so-called uneducated or unintuned or uninterested nigga, the chicken scene should get them because of that Popeye situation. You know what I'm saying? It has to, if that don't raise the light bulb, even if you ain't all hella woke or whatever you want to categorize it. That scene with the chicken, by you having to live through that Popeye chicken scene and you see that scene in the movie, that should spark like, you know what, you right. Because that shit had an effect. I ain't seen a motherfucker eat that shit since. And the effect of that, people dead in Minnesota over that piece, that motherfucking
chicken, yeah, motherfuckers
stabbed and
dead,
everything, my nigga. So that scene kind of, because it was chaos and mayhem, but they just made it laughter.
So it resonated with you,
But it was really
too.
violence, that chicken sandwich.
So it resonated with you, too. Because that's the first thing I thought about when I saw the scene, because Jamie Foxx showed his ass in this movie.
Come on, and that girl.
They both, the acting in that motherfucker was like...
He ain't Tyrone. Nobody's named that nigga.
What I thought about, dude, is how Jamie just stopped before he ate his sandwich and he looked at the room. He just surveyed the room and saw all these people just acting stupid.
Because remember in the lab, he started sniffing it. He thought it was Coke.
Yeah, he thought it was snow.
And then if you listen to when the motherfucker asked him how they make the chicken, he say, we just boil it and then put the seasoning on it. We don't, the special shit, whatever the fuck it is. What's the slogan for KFC? Special 14 spices and booty. It was that same satire. You feel me? That's why I say you gotta watch it a couple of times like a nigga watch, like white folks watch The Matrix. They gonna watch that 6-7 times. Cause it's one of them kind of, it's like a nigga Matrix type of vibe. Once you get it, you're gonna be like, oh, well, let me watch it again and see what I missed.
Because that's what I picked up about the old man. I said the old
and
man.
Who made,
his message was different every time he
Mm-hmm.
asked him shit.
Who wrote this movie? Was it a black person?
I don't know.
I don't know who wrote it.
Oh, and the church scene with the grape Kool-Aid, the communion juice.
What you say, Brian? Okay.
The communion juice in the church scene. When they had David Allen Greer doing the church scene, that was one of the funniest church scenes in Hollywood history. That shit was funny as fuck. On the Vampire in Brooklyn church scene. It was funny like that. But you got it though. And then when the churches start jamming, like when Kurt Franklin come on, that don't sound like what grandma and them used to bump in the morning.
They was playing actually back your ass, back that ass up. It started at first to where you don't catch it at first. And I'm like, these niggas in church playing back that ass up and that just gospel, just grooving.
The church. And so everybody, but it didn't start till they drank communion, first Sunday.
And what's the symbolization behind that?
You know what
do you get out of that?
You know what I got out of it? That we live in an era right now to where we are willing to compromise our principles no matter where the fuck.
Because you got to go listen to what the pastor was talking about in that scene. He was talking that bullshit that basically let you know we gonna fall for whatever the jam and the rhythm of the moment gonna take us to. We don't even have to understand and give a fuck. When you listen to what he's saying a bunch of bullshit. And that's what, as we done seen, no disrespect, what we all was raised in or know people, but we all can sit there and see us questioning behind the guidance of some of that shit. because it was all controlled. Because they found it where the chicken stuff was. It was all in the laboratory. The fucking grape juice and the Welch's from back when you was little in that little ass cup. And that church, they going, remember the Holy Ghost when you was little? And you like, Mama, what's happening to Auntie? She do it every Sunday.
I don't know if
I used to be scared as fuck.
Is this really special? Because she do it every Sunday.
Nigga, I used to sit in, because I used to sit in church and then it get to a certain part of church and then next thing you know,
clockwork.
That organ get to going.
142.
Next thing you know, somebody stand up. That tambourine, and motherfucker get the crib.
And you're not, and God, no, y'all don't hear me.
You laughing, nigga, because you already know how it started, don't you?
Up, you don't know.
Still, nigga. I used to be a young kid, nigga, sitting in the back, all the way in the back, nigga, and I wanted to sit all the way down where you couldn't get out because they come on to snatch a nigga out the motherfucker too.
I ain't shit.
And then next thing you know, they get to preaching hard and nigga and that voice get to going.
You hear and then I
Jericho. Look, I get to sitting over there like, oh shit. I'll be like, oh shit, it's about to. I'd be like, oh shit, it's about to happen, man.
Yeah.
And then next thing you get to doing that, and then you see the lady get up and go sit her ass on the organ. I'd be like, God damn it, here it comes.
Hey, man, I got one for you, I knew when my grandpa was a deacon, right? As soon as I see that part, I go slide up on him. Can we go to Sizzler's at the church?
What's the beat that's the nigga? It's always the same beat. It's coming.
Told me that and this and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Y'all not gonna get me sent to hell along with y'all.
Listen, wait. Y'all not gonna get me sent to hell along with y'all. Why you start laughing when I did that? Because when you hear the startup, man, it's just like, I used to be terrified as a kid because I used to be like, why they shaking and hollering? And then they want to come grab you.
You don't know.
They want to get the crip walk and hit you down the aisle and stuff. I used to be.
I got some of my best moves from the deacons. That's the hard part I do. I got that from Deacon Sanders.
Man, come on, man.
You know what, man?
My church was in Compton, so everybody left that motherfucker somewhere.
It was the rhythm section.
My mama.
As far as who cloned Tyrone, I think it was a couple of things, right? I think right now we live in this society to where we compromise our values every day. Like even with this certain stuff, it's certain stuff. You know, this is our job right now. This is one of our jobs that we got now, right? So it's certain things that I don't believe in, but I'm not going to necessarily speak up on it or speak against it because I don't want to lose that check.
Definitely.
That's crazy. So that's another form of media control when we can't even speak on everything we want to, or we got to worry about a group attacking the whole lifestyle.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
That's the new fight. That's another form of...
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.